Hey guys, it's Rob here and welcome back to another video. So we might actually have some more information on Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. There's a rumor going around based off of some of the back of the box of Metroid Prime Beyond that might have to do with some interesting aspects of the story. We also do have some small news on The Legend of Zelda Age of Imprisonment. If you own certain things like the past games, you might get some in-game rewards, so we're going to go over that as well. And the display for the back and front of Metroid Prime Beyond is also out there, so we're going to cover that as well. We're going to show it on screen for you guys. And there's also some news from Metroid Prime 4 Beyond about the quality mode and performance mode when it comes to the game, so that's pretty interesting as well. If you guys end up enjoying this video, make sure you guys leave a like. It really does help the video, and of course subscribe if you do want to be kept up on the latest Nintendo Switch news, leaks, and rumors. So first up, let's start with Metroid Prime 4. So when it comes to the handheld mode, the quality mode, and performance mode, we do have some more specs now. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond Switch 2 Edition has two modes. Quality mode, docked 4K 60fps HDR, handheld/tabletop 1080p 60fps HDR. Now that is for quality mode, according to Stealth40k over on Twitter. As far as performance goes, docked 1080p 120fps HDR, handheld/tabletop 720p 120fps HDR. That is really fantastic, and especially on the smaller screen, it's gonna look very, very crisp. Now, when it comes to quality versus performance mode, when it comes to basically any game, even on the PS5, I usually like to pick performance mode because I just enjoy the higher frame rate. As long as the picture is pretty clear, that is. I do remember in the beginning of the PlayStation 5, there were some instances where performance mode and quality mode, to me anyways, didn't really look too different, but that's really not the case anymore. There's definitely a big difference between performance and quality mode when it comes to pretty much any game I'm playing, and usually when there is an option, I will pick performance for those extra frames. But yeah, which one are you guys actually going to pick? Let me know in the comments section below. Pause the video, look at what's on the screen, and let me know which one you guys are more likely to pick. Because for me, I'm picking performance for sure. I'll try out quality mode just to see kind of the difference. I like to do that, but I like the extra frames. Keeping up with Metroid Prime 4, we might actually know a little bit about the story of Metroid Prime 4. So, Rumour, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond box might point to some time travel. Samus time, Samus place. And this was the title from Go Nintendo. So this is what they say. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is coming to Switch and Switch 2 on December 4th, 2025, which is just a few months away. We've only seen a few trailers for the game and some gameplay footage as well, but it's clear that there's a lot more that Nintendo is holding back on this game. It remains to be seen when and where Nintendo will pull the curtain a bit more, but it seems like some tidbits may have been spoiled by Big N's own marketing. Now I do have to say, that specific part, it remains to be seen when and where Nintendo will pull back the curtain a bit more. If you guys haven't noticed, Nintendo seems to be always doing like one or two Nintendo Directs, and then maybe they'll have something smaller like an indie Nintendo Direct, but usually after that, usually usually a month or so, I have to check the actual pattern of what Nintendo has been doing in the past year and a half. But specifically, they end up doing a Nintendo Direct, and then they do a Nintendo Direct that's focused on a game that's upcoming, and the upcoming big game is Metroid Prime 4, and we just had a Nintendo Direct. So my guess is probably either November or October, we're probably going to get a Metroid Prime 4 Nintendo Direct. I'm kind of leaning more towards October since Pokemon Legends ZA is in November, or correction, other way around. I'm leaning more in November because Pokemon Legends ZA is in October. Jesus, got my dates all mixed around. But I do think a Nintendo Direct for the game is going to be coming in the next 1 or 2 months. Which, water is wet, right? Anyways, continuing with the article. The box above has popped up in retail spaces at Japan, and it appears to be legit. The final design for the game, while the front is nothing new. The back includes some text that seems to reveal that Samus may not be just traveling to the new locations, but new times as well. A translation of the text on the box goes as follows. With the hopes vested in you and your new powers, return home from the unknown planet. Having been transported across space and time to the unknown planet Veros, Samus Aran must carve a path with her newfound powers in order to return to her original world. That actually sounds really cool, in my personal opinion. I love time travel, like movies, TV shows, games, those kind of things. So that's actually pretty cool. But anyways, continuing with the article. Fans are pointing to the mention of space and time as confirmation that Samus will be traveling in the latest installment of the franchise. While this might seem a bit outlandish at first, it's apparently an idea the dev has had for over a decade now. Metroid Prime series producer Kensei Tanabe, in a Eurogamer interview 10 years ago, said that they would like to focus on timeline and being able to change that. We've seen other ideas for the Metroid franchise take longer than 10 years to come to fruition, so Samus finally getting in on some time traveling action in 2025 seems all more plausible. Now, for a long time, fans of the series, would you guys want to see time travel? Sometimes there are things that some developers do implement in long-running franchises, and a lot of times people don't really like that. So I'm curious on what you guys think about time travel having to do with the story and maybe even the gameplay. So over at Nintendo Life, they have an article that says Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment gets new trailer revealing some save data surprises, and that new trailer will be in the background right now. And real quick, I just want to say I'm really excited for this game. I actually really did enjoy my time in Hyrule Warriors, the first one. Well, technically the second one, if you really want to consider the second one, but you guys know what I mean. So I'm really excited for this. With that being said, let's read through this article and talk about it. It's not too long until we finally get our hands on Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment on Nintendo Switch 2, with the 2nd November release date rapidly approaching. To sate our appetites in the interim, said that word wrong, but I don't care. Nintendo has dropped a new teaser showing off Koei Tecmo's very slick looking Musou action, featuring all of your favorite lunatics from the Zelda series. Oh, and Zelda herself, who is shown kicking 7 shades out of a huge armory in gameplay footage that, as a big Warriors franchise fan, the writer is incredibly excited for. It's all so smooth, so 60 FPS, so crystal clear and beautiful. Hold me tingle. Yeah, and real quick, that's something I'm really excited for too, is the performance of this game, because that was one of my big problems when it did come to the first game, the one that had to do with Tears of the Kingdom and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, is the performance was absolute dog water. And even on the Nintendo Switch 2, even though it has been improved a bit, it's not completely perfect. It's not like we see in this trailer right here. So I'm hoping they do eventually update the first one, especially as we get closer or even after Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Because if you're going from all of these games, and all of these games do run well, and just one game in the series doesn't run at a smooth 60 FPS and it's still on Nintendo Switch 1, that's kind of unfortunate, right? If you want to play the whole story of the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Age of Imprisonment, you know, the whole story, you're going to have one game that you're not going to really have too much of a great time because of performance. So I'm really hoping they eventually do that. But anyways, continuing. Now, beyond the excitement of finally getting a 60 FPS Musou game in our palm of our hands, and one that happens to look incredible to boot, the trailer above also unveils some goodies to be nabbed by players who have Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and or Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity saved on their system. Tears of the Kingdom data nets you a high guard sword to be used in the game, whereas Age of Calamity nets you a high guard Claymore. Nothing groundbreaking, but welcome nonetheless. So that's very cool in my personal opinion. I'm gonna make sure I have both of those. Actually, no, I should have both of them on my thing, because those are the funny enough, those are two of the games I really wanted to test out, especially with the new upgrades for Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm 100% going to get those, and I'm going to try to get it on launch. We'll see how money is, but I definitely will be at least renting it from Gamefly and getting a review out in first impressions for you guys. Moving on to the next topic, we do have a new Nintendo Switch 2 game that has a new trailer. According to Crackle Clock over on Twitter, this did happen 2 days ago, by the way. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop is coming to Nintendo Switch 2 in November. Promises significant improvements with an upgrade path from Switch 1 version. Now, I'm going to look around a bit to see if it actually does cost money. Let's see. So over on Nintendo Life, they do have some more information on it. They say the title will be getting a Nintendo Switch 2 edition featuring high frame rate, high resolution, and will be made available as an upgrade for existing Switch owners. It's scheduled to arrive some point in November 2025. It hasn't been revealed just yet if it will be a free or a paid upgrade for existing owners. So we don't know that yet, but the fact that they haven't said anything more than likely they're gonna be making us pay, well, at least for people who own it. I don't own the original version. I actually haven't played this game in a very long time. It's been a long time. So maybe this is one of those games we'll rent if there's a physical version. But yeah, we don't know if it's gonna cost any money, but it is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, and there is an upgrade path. The fact that they haven't told us yet more than likely means that it's gonna be paid though, because if it was free, they would just say it's free, right? There's no reason to not say it. So right now, more than likely, they're just going between prices and choosing a price that they're gonna pick for this upgrade path. Which personally, I think it should be free, and I do hope that that's not the case and it is free, because I think a lot of these upgrades, if you already own the Switch 1 version, you shouldn't have to pay for a Switch 2 version. That's just my personal opinion, though. But yeah, those are all the topics for today's video. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.